What is the Notting Hill Carnival? The Notting Hill Carnival is held in West London once a year. Held over 3 days, the 2 days on Sunday and Monday are held for the Carnival Parade itself. Sunday is the official opening of the Carnival and is known as Family and Children's Day. And the final day on Monday is Adults' Day, featuring the Adults Parade. The Carnival itself is the biggest street festival in Europe and is the second biggest carnival in the world. With over 2 million people attending each year, only the Carnival do Rio de Janeiro boasts more numbers. So why Notting Hill? New arrivals from the Caribbean were forced into areas like Notting Hill due to the racism that they faced upon arrival in Britain, which effectively ghettoized them. Post-World War II, Britain was forced to rebuild. The British government called out to the citizens in the Commonwealth and the Empire that Britain needed them to come and help in the effort to rebuild. And many people from the Caribbean chose to answer that call. In 1948, the first ship from the Caribbean arrived in Britain. It was called the HMT Windrush, met with hostility and open abuse by some British people and politicians. Signs in windows of hotels, lodging houses, and estate agents stating no colored or no blacks. One of the places where many chose to settle was in West London and in the Notting Hill Gate area. When did it start and why? Caribbean families in Notting Hill experienced a number of racist attacks. In 1958, this would come to a head with the Notting Hill riots. Official papers would reveal that the vast majority of the trouble resulted from a mob of 300 to 400 white youths who went to Notting Hill intent on attacking the black community. The rioting was spread over 5 days, lasting from 29 August to September 1958. Claudia Jones, Ron Laslett, and Edric and Pearl Connor are widely credited as being the inspirations behind the creation of the Carnival. Ron Laslett was reported to have said of her community and her events, "We felt that although West Indians, Africans, Irish, and many other nationalities all live in a very congested area, there is very little communication between us. If we can infect them with a desire to participate, then this can only have good results." Then, in 1966, the first outdoor festival took place in the streets of Notting Hill. But why is there always trouble at the Carnival? There are over 2 million people who attend the Notting Hill Carnival every year. On average, there are around 300 people arrested for various offenses each year. And if you compare it to Glastonbury, Glastonbury has a similar ratio of arrests. The real question is more to do with why it is that the Notting Hill Carnival is always characterized as being the source of trouble. So why do some people always talk about the Carnival in such a negative way? Every year, the guaranteed headline in nearly every newspaper is how many people were arrested. The TV coverage will go from people dancing and having a good time to the inevitable shot of police arresting someone. Glastonbury has arrest rates that are close to that of the Carnival, and yet you don't hear it being framed as a crime story. The 2020 European Championships that were held in England in 2021 had 86 arrests in just the finals from an attendance of 67,000, and yet quite rightly the arrests weren't the story. There are music festivals that take place all over the UK and the world where drug use, drug dealing, assaults, sexual assaults are commonplace, and yet they're not defined or characterized by these acts. Criticism of the Carnival by some in politics and from the media include the cost of policing it. The Carnival costs roughly £6 million a year to police and generates around £93 million in revenue for London. In comparison, the cost of policing football in England and Wales in 2019 was £48 million, and the clubs themselves contributed just £5 million to those costs. Another criticism is the disruption that it causes to the area of Notting Hill and to London. Many who live in Notting Hill who may not like the Carnival will rent out their properties for the Carnival weekend for great profit over the 3-day weekend event. Whilst for others who live in the area, the location provides easy access to attend the festivities. But again, if we take football as an example, it's strange that the people voicing concerns as to the disruption caused by Carnival over 2 days do not raise these same concerns over football matches that take place over the course of nearly 40 weekends of the year. Over 55 years ago, the Carnival was created out of an idea of unity and of sharing ideas about other cultures with the people of Britain. And it seems that's still an idea that many find to be too dangerous to contemplate.